our next performer a towering figure in storytelling, but she also hates it when I make fun of her for being tall. She hates it. In addition to that, she is also our elder statesman in Teller this year and has done a fine job. She's done a fine job in all kinds of ways, and we all think she's great. Ladies and gentlemen, Hanna Sims!
No, I'm not talking about a cafeteria-style restaurant frequented by the elderly, or a performance that happens under a tent with sad enslaved animals. I am talking about London's Times Square, Picadilly Circus. Theaters, lights, American fast food chains, British people, and me! This was my first trip to Europe by myself. I was actually en route home when I had a 19-hour layover in London. What an opportunity, right? An extended pit stop in London. I was going to do it all. I was going to gorge myself on fish and chips, get a neck strain from looking at Big Ben, walk Abbey Road. Yes, I was going to do all of this between the hours of 9 p.m. and 3 p.m. Yes, in the middle of the night. Possibly the worst time to have a layover ever, but no matter. I am a grown adult woman, capable of having grown adult woman adventures. And that's exactly what I did. I got off the plane, boarded my bag, and headed out on the tube. That's what the English call the subway. And headed for Picadilly Circus, because circus. And there I was, in the middle of a city, by myself at night. I wasn't completely daft. That's what the English say, to be foolish or silly. I had taken my passport, boarding pass, and my credit cards and shoved them inside my tights under my dress. Yeah. I was mug-proof. Bring it on, assailants of London. And with that security blanket, I set off to have special life moments come my way. You know, the special life moments that I would talk to my daughter about later and say, hey, I had special life moments too. With that, I began to walk. But all of a sudden, it was a lot less bright. There were a lot less American fast food chains, and I didn't know where I was. I had taken too many Jack the Ripper-style small alleyway turns, and I had no idea where I was. So I posted myself under a street light, put on a real good stank face, as to say, don't mess with me, and tried to figure out what I was going to do next. When suddenly this man started to approach me. Not Jude Law, but he was all right. Oi, love. Are you lost? This wasn't entirely true. I mean, I was an adventurer. I had no plans, but maybe he was my adventure Sherpa. Would you, like to go have a cup of coffee with me? Sure! Now, he introduced himself. I don't remember what his name was. The trauma later to happen in the story made me forget all of that. But I think it was something really British, like Harry or Nigel or Reginald or George or something like that. So I'm sitting in this cafe, which is apparently English for they only serve instant, with Harry, Nigel, Reginald, George staring at me. He's not so nondescript anymore under these flickering fluorescents. His hair is greasy, his eyes are wily and wandering, his teeth are horribly stereotypical. I try to initiate conversation. What do you do? Hobbies, you know? And he takes a black duffel bag off the floor. My eyes are as wide as tea saucers. Surely, this contains chloroform and the keys to his murder dungeon. He unzips the bag, reaches inside, and pulls out a deck of cards. He then proceeds to pass them from one hand to the other, not shuffle, pass, like a weird game of patty cake. Pick a card. Queen of Hearts. He then takes the deck with my card, turns completely around, and represents me with the deck. I draw another card. He looks at me expectantly, like I was supposed to have drawn the same card as before. No, it wasn't. What had he done when he turned around? I make a huge mistake. I lie. Oh, yeah. Wow, you're so talented. Oh, gosh, you just knew. I am then a captive audience. No, I mean captive for what seems like endless hours of magic tricks. We play so many rounds of pick a card, the unbreakable ring act. Ooh. And what's that behind your ear? I am a broken person. I am not a grown lady having grown lady adventures. I don't know what to do. I mean, Cosmo doesn't write columns about how to escape street magicians. It's not real life. I am resolved to be less compliant. Yawn more. No, that's not my card. What are you doing with the rings? I'm keeping all the coins behind my ears, thank you. And could you also point me in the direction of the 24-hour bus stop? It works. We rise. We walk. He shows me to the bus stop. He gets on the bus with me. He gets on the bus with me. Okay, it's a public bus. Maybe he'll get off at the next stop. I mean, I'm kind of overreacting. He's just sitting there. He's staring at me. It's okay. It's okay. He slings his arm around me. I feel his manky breath on my face. That's English for it smelled like hot, wet garbage. He's staring at me. I don't know what to do. I don't have my pocket knife or my mace with me. That's not TSA approved. Suddenly, my timidness turns into anger. I am pissed. No, not UK drunk pissed. Good old American pissed. I turn to face him. And through clenched, orthodontically corrected, and regularly brushed teeth, I say, if you don't bugger off, I'ma rip your bullocks off. And I think everyone knows what that's English for. Harry, Nigel, Reginald, George turns very white and summons to stop the bus immediately. I'd like to say that I took that in stride, got a second wind, took over London, and ended it like Spice World. But I didn't. I slept on top of that double-decker bus until my plane left the next day. You know, this definitely wasn't the kind of grown lady adventure I was looking for, but I don't think anyone really plans to be stalked by a street magician.